Subscribe to the channel and like. You will have fresh news on everything. Trump wants to delay election, but he can't do this. Only Congress can change the date of the presidential election. President Donald Trump suggested Thursday that the 2020 presidential election be postponed, saying it could be ripe for fraud. With universal postal voting, and not postal voting, which is good, 2020 will be the most inaccurate and fraudulent election in history, Trump tweeted. It will be a great shame on the United States. Delay the election until people can vote properly, safely, and securely. The president cannot unilaterally change the date of the presidential election, which is November 3 of this year, 2020. NBC News presidential historian Michael Beschloss tweeted that there has never been a successful effort to delay this date. Earlier in the morning, Trump tweeted that the postal vote is already proving to be a catastrophic disaster. Even the test areas are remote. Democrats talk about foreign influence in the vote, but they know that postal voting is an easy way for foreign countries to enter the race. Even beyond that, there is no precise count. He tweeted. Critics have expressed concern that Trump will push for the 2020 election to be postponed amid the coronavirus pandemic. At a House Judiciary Committee hearing on Tuesday, Attorney General Bill Barr was asked whether a sitting president could change the date of the election. I have not considered this matter under the Constitution, Barr said. Only Congress can change the date of the general presidential election, as the Constitution gives Congress the power to fix the date of general elections. Since 1845, Congress has demanded that the nomination of presidential voters take place on the Tuesday following the first Monday in November, which this year is November 3. In addition, the expiration date of the president's mandate is set by the Constitution and is January 20. Former Vice President Joe Biden, a presumptive 2020 Democratic presidential candidate, warned in April that Trump would try to postpone the election by offering reasons why they cannot be held on the scheduled day. Asked about Biden's comment a few days later, Trump dismissed the idea, saying, "I never even thought about changing the election date. Why would I do that?" November 3. See Trump's decision has since been vocal against postal voting, while Democrats said they wanted to expand it due to the coronavirus pandemic, which could prevent many voters from physically going to the polls to vote. In June, the president said that the biggest risk to his re-election prospects was the increase in postal voting and whether he could win lawsuits to stop his expansion. Several Democrats immediately criticized Trump on Thursday for pitching the idea of delaying the election, arguing he was trying to distract from his handling of the coronavirus. Folks, don't take the bait here. Trump has no authority to delay the election, Connecticut Rep. Jim Himes tweeted. But he wants to talk about it. It's his proven way of keeping you from focusing on 150,000 dead Americans and a plummeting economy. In large part because of his ineptitude. Washington State Representative Rick Larson tweeted, "Prez doesn't have the power to delay the election." Another attempt to throw a shiny ball over there to distract from the inept management of pandemic, ignore information on Russian premiums, devastating economic figures, lack of action or plan for the next COVID-19 relief package. It is no coincidence that his tweet came out on a day when the terrible economic figures came out and we crossed paths with 150,000 dead Americans, he said. Is a good number. No, I can't wait for this election.